Good. How are you, Coach?
Good.
This receiver, Andy, is about as good as it gets in this league at times.
Yeah.
Unbelievably explosive.
Yep.
What do you see from him as far as what he's going to pose by way of a threat to your defense?
So very explosive. I mean, in and out of breaks, the way his ability to accelerate, and you know what, it poses a lot of challenges because they got very skilled at all the wide receiver positions. On both outside edges, they're really good. Inside slot wide receivers are good, and then obviously they got a really good running back and you know, a quarterback that knows how to use his weapons around him and is very mobile. So this offense presents a lot of challenges. Got to do a great job with our techniques and, you know, working our best to win our one-on-one matchups.
Just the demarcation for like the truly great receivers, the ones where everybody knows they're going to have to go to them, yet they still manage to have those 80 and 100, 120-yard games, even when they're facing double coverage and things like that.
Yeah, no question. I mean, the good wide receivers are going to find a way. The good players are going to find a way at whatever position it is, whether it's offense, defense. I mean, that's what makes them good. They're competitors, and they know they're going to get the attention, and they still, you know, they find a way, and that's the challenge of it.
You faced a lot of true freshman quarterbacks this year, and here's another one. Daniels is out, but then came back in. What do you think of his progression through the year?
You can see a huge progression. It's a huge difference in his ability, you know, and just what the operation with everything and what they're doing, and they run multiple formations, and to be able to handle all that stuff as a true freshman is pretty impressive. Obviously, his ability, his arm strength, and his ability to run and stuff presents a lot of challenges as well. He throws very well in the run, out of the pocket as well as in.
What do you make of Bryson Young and Lamar Winston's ability to contain Khalil Tate and keep him in the pocket, and how does that factor in this week with Daniels?
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, we played a fair amount of running quarterbacks. There are a fair amount of running quarterbacks in this league, guys that you know, have the ability to run if they choose to do so. You know, but what makes these guys tough too is their ability to throw the ball really well and then extend plays with their legs. And for us to be able to, you know, try to contain the quarterback in the pocket is a huge objective.
What's the difference between Kayvon Ben? The last 6 games, I think he's got 5.5 sacks in his last 6. He started the first 4, didn't have 1. I mean, where did the switch kind of flip for him these last few?
You know, just simplifying things down and really working to win our one-on-one matchups is what we've been talking about, and that's where we got to keep our consistency. Day to day, week to week is just simplifying the game down to doing our job and winning the matchups in front of us and playing with great eye control.
Where would you still like to see him improve?
With those things, I think just in the consistency of doing that day to day and staying the course with that stuff, I think through that he's going to continue to develop and continue to be productive.
He had a couple of good plays last week against the run. How much has he developed in terms of not just being a pure speed passer?
There's no question. That's where it all starts. I mean, you got to be able to stop the run to be able to get to the pass rush. And so that's where all those things come. You can play the run and the pass if your eyes are disciplined and you're looking at your keys and things like that. And I think that's where he's made a huge jump, and it's every day that we work to be consistent with those things.
Andy, some of the upperclassmen you inherited were either on bad defenses or didn't play a lot. What's it been like to kind of see those guys have some success?
It's awesome, and you know what? This week of practice, those guys, you know, you're getting to this point in the season where it's a grind. It really is. That's what everybody says. But until you're actually going through it every day, and you got to go out there and you got to put the pads on, you got to practice in a way. Those guys have encouraged themselves and pushed themselves along this week. It's been awesome to see, and we're excited for them. They've worked really hard, and obviously now we got a tremendous challenge of staying the course and handling our process each and every day.
When the opposing offensive line is down several guys, you've really capitalized at times. Last week was one. Stanford, even though they may not get as many sacks, it caused a lot of disruption. With another team that's got a lot of offensive linemen down, are there things you try to do to exploit either youth or lack of game experience or certain things that confuse guys?
You know, it always starts number one with us, and us just like we were talking about winning the matchups up front. We've got to be able to play with great fundamentals and technique up front, and we always feel like if we just do a really good job in practice the week of focusing on those things, that, you know, the individual techniques that are going to make the scheme, that are going to allow us to be successful. You know, you're always going to try to have some matchup things. You're always going to try to have some scheme things within the plan. I think you got to have a combination of that stuff. But ultimately, it comes down to us playing with great fundamentals and technique.
The guy who leads your defense individually and passes broken up is actually Slade. What does it say about just his instincts, his athleticism, whatever, that he's able to do that?
His read and react is really good, not only in the run game, but in the pass game. And then you combine that with his ability to change direction and move in the open field, I think is what allows him to be in those situations.
You mentioned earlier that
true freshman quarterbacks you've faced. A lot of them have been in this conference. Does that sort of speak to the future of that position in this conference?
We were talking about that the other day. I mean, it's tough playing defense, you know, obviously in this conference, and there's a ton of good players. There's a ton of veteran players that are really good that have got a lot of experience, and there's a ton of really good young players in this conference, you know, up and down. So it's a challenge every week, and that's why you really, again, you've got to handle your focus in the process of getting yourself ready, because you know you got quarterback that can throw the ball. You got quarterbacks that can run the ball as well as throw the ball. You got running backs that are really, really good, wide receivers. So, you know, in order to handle all those things, you've got to be really good technically.
Brady said that he didn't really play much defensively last year. Now he's fifth in the tackles, and he's, I think, leads the team in forced fumbles and pick six. What's just been his growth to allow him to become this playmaker for you guys?
You know what? I think he, again, he's got really good feel and really good instincts. He's done a tremendous job with getting to the ball. You know, all that starts with getting to the ball, being in position, doing your job, and then the second effort plays to get to the ball. I mean, a few of those fumble recoveries, you know, he's actually fighting guys to get that ball, and he won those one-on-ones to get the recovery instead of the opponent, and you know, that's a tribute to his competitiveness.
Everybody's starting to incorporate running backs in the passing game. Nationally, you guys obviously do it very well. Eno brings a different kind of skill set there and level of dynamicism. So, like, what does he present when he's involved? Obviously, on the ground, he's phenomenal. But
no question. You know, and it's the same deal. I mean, he runs good routes. There's different routes he'll run in and out of the backfield. He's got out-breaking routes, in-breaking routes. He'll line up outside of the core and you know, as a wide receiver and do those things as well. And you know, it's part of the challenge of being in this conference. It's that you're going to see multiple sets. You're going to see multiple sets within personnels, and I think the teams that have running backs that are able to do that, obviously, it's challenging. You know, the map of formations that you got to prepare for is pretty wide.
What do you think about fans leaving after halftime and after shout during games?
Oh man, you know what? I don't pay much. Can I honestly answer that to you? I don't think about that. I appreciate them though when they are there. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I think our fans, our stadium's unbelievable, but I'm sorry, I don't think much about that.
It doesn't mean to be anywhere. Mario put you up for the Broyles. I know there's a lot of people initially nominated, but you will almost undoubtedly be a semifinalist, and there would be a lot who would argue that you deserve to be even higher than that. And it's just going to come up in the next couple of weeks. Just what does it mean personally to be at that level this season?
You think about that either. I'm sorry, but this is I can't answer questions that I haven't. You know, I don't put thought into those things. I put thought into, you know what, the best practice we got to prepare for today. And you know what, you know, obviously that's an honor. That is to be put in that position, but it's not. That's not an individual honor. It's everybody within the program, everybody that's helped put this thing together in the, you know, how many ever months since March, and it's a tribute to the players, to their buy-in, to the care factor, and to the job they've done. But you know, aside from that, I haven't put much thought into that. I'm focused every day on, you know, trying to be 1-0. That 1-0 mindset is the most important thing right now. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.